Just 4 hours off the coast of West Africa lies a hidden world rewarding the adventurous traveler. The Bijagos Islands of Guinea-Bissau. Scattered like emeralds across the Atlantic, these remote isles weave together dusty village paths and ancient forests filled with the juicy fruits of the cashew nut. I used the gorgeous Cajou Loj as a base to explore the hidden beaches, crumbling colonial ruins, and the quiet pulse of island life. This is the second part of my journey on the Bijagos Islands, and here's how it went. Good morning, guys. It is the next day here, and I'm gonna go on a bike ride a little bit later this afternoon to cross the island. But this morning, the owner of the lodge, Mimi, she's gonna take us on a little walk around Bubake, the little village here near the lodge, and just show us a little bit of some secret places, maybe where they build some of the pirogues, one of the beaches, and like the kind of downtown area of the village. So yeah, let's go for a little morning walk. So right next to the lodge here, we're walking by another ruins of an old building, and this was kind of the mayor's office, and she was saying these were built probably in the Portuguese time, and she said they were only abandoned about 8 years ago or so. So yeah, another really interesting old ruins here. And then this was the main road of the village, but because of erosion, as we saw the other day, a lot of this part of the road has kind of fallen off into the ocean. So yeah, we're gonna keep walking, and there's some other old ruins along this road. We just came to another ruins here, and this was the old hospital. So yeah, it's amazing, all these old ruined buildings here on this tiny little island. And there's a few more of these along this main road here. We're just going on a quick walk now. But yeah, amazing, these old structures. So right next to the old hospital, there's this nice little museum in here. It's one small room, but you have some really nice displays on a lot of the wildlife and geology, and there's like a really nice topographical map of the archipelago here. So yeah, worth checking out, and has some old like fossils of some of the wildlife that are native to this island. So yeah, let's keep journeying through the village here. We have just walked along the water. We saw some of these colorful fishing pirogues as we were walking here, and now we're gonna enter the local market on the island of Bubake here. So let's check it out. So right outside the market, right as you exit, there's this sacred tree, and this is where people from the village will come and give sacrifices to the spirits here when they want like good wishes or good wills or praying for something. And it's just a massive tree. You have all of these weaver nests throughout it. It's just beautiful, and it's right on the ocean here. just outside the little market here. We've come back down to the port area, and this is where the pirogue actually dropped me off a couple days ago. And so this is kind of like the entrance to the island here. You have this nice little pier that goes out above the water. From here you can see the sacred tree, and then you can see the coastline, and the Cajou Loj is somewhere down the coast there. But yeah, nice little area coming out on the water, and this will be where you get any boats to and from places. We have just walked through the main part of the village here, and we've come down to another beach area, and there's actually a bunch of these abandoned fishing boats out here. And I was told that Guinea-Bissau has some of the richest water for fishing, the most like densely populated fishing water. So you get a lot of illegal fishermen coming from Guinea-Conakry and Senegal and Gambia down here. And so if they're caught, this is kind of like the boat graveyard here. The motors are stripped off of them, and the fishermen will go to prison. So you have just a bunch of these colorful boats abandoned here on the beach. And then here we also have another sacred tree, and it was a baobab tree that was completely strangled by these vines. So now we just have this hollow shell of a tree with all of these vines kind of weaving its way up, just like leaving the shape of the original baobab tree, which is just really interesting. So anyways, beautiful little coastal area. You can see some of the islands off the way there, and yeah, really interesting tree. We've continued walking along the beach on the outskirts of the village here, and we saw a couple men who were building and repairing some of the pirogues. And we just come across this one. She said it was one of the newly built ones in the village here. You can see there's just a fresh paint job on it. So that's the newest boat that they're going to take out to the sea. So yeah, interesting to see a lot of these really old boats, but then some of the brand new ones that are going out. So yeah, and just beautiful walk along the beach here. We could see some fishermen out there, some cows on the beach. Very interesting. We have just had a nice little walk through the village again by the owner of the Cajou Lodge there. She was showing us some of the houses, some of the villages. We were able to meet some of the locals there. Got to see where they were building the pirogue, some of the sacred trees, the market. And then she's come and shown us this French school that the lodge helped start a few years back. So we're getting to see a little bit, some of the children here and the schooling that they have here. And that's about the edge of the village here. I think I'm gonna hike a little bit further beyond here and down the east coast, and I'll be able to check out the red sand beach and one of the secret beaches there. So yeah, let's go check out the beach. Au revoir. We are on our way to the red beach here, and as we're heading there, we're going through this beautiful cashew forest. The trees have these big, long, sprawling branches, and it's just nice to have a little bit of the shade cover. And yeah, beautiful little forest to walk through. We have just walked through that cashew forest here, and we've come to another little village called Bijagos. And so we have all of these huts here. We have another sacred tree in the middle of the village here. And yeah, just always interesting walking through these very remote villages in the Bijagos here. As we were walking through the forest here, we heard someone way up in the tree, and he's on top of one of these palm trees, and he was cutting down these like fruits that are up on the palm tree. Anyways, we should probably just be another few minutes through the woods here, and we'll be at the red sand beach. We have just hiked through the forest, probably about 30-45 minutes or so, and we have finally made it to the red sand beach, or the hidden beach here. And it's just this probably about 100-200 meters long beach, and it definitely has this reddish color to the sand, and it's very quiet. I mean, we're here completely by ourselves. There are a few cows, of course, on the beach here. We have these beautiful palm trees on this end. So yeah, we're just gonna walk the length of the beach here, probably find a little shady spot to relax a little bit, maybe go for a swim. I'll probably fly the drone up and get some aerial shots of this uniquely colored beach. So yeah, let's enjoy. We have just been hanging out here at the red sand beach for like an hour and a half or so, and it's just a beautiful little hidden beach here. And I flew up the drone, and especially from the sky, you could really appreciate just how red the color of the sand is here, and the water's super warm. Really nice place to dip your feet in or go for a swim, and then just had a little bit of shade at the end here to just kind of hang out and sit on the red sand beach and just enjoy the sound of the water lapping against the beach. So anyways, from here it's already about like 1:30, so we're gonna head back to Cajou Loj, and it's pretty hot now, so I think I'm just gonna hang out at the lodge for a little bit this afternoon, and if there's time I'll go on another adventure. Again, I'd love to get on a bike and bike around the island, whether that's today or tomorrow, I'm not sure. So anyways, just really cool little adventure this morning, seeing the village, seeing the red sand, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit when we start the next adventure here on Bijagos. Good morning, guys. It is my last full day here on the Bijagos Islands at the Cajou Loj here. And yesterday we ended up just hanging out by the pool, relaxing, having some good food there. It's just a good place to chill. But today, being my last full day, I wanted to bike across the island of Bijagos here to Bruce Beach, which is about a 9 or 10 mile trek. And at Cajou here, you can rent some bikes. So I'm gonna go on a little biking adventure, crossing the island and checking out the beautiful Bruce Beach. So let's start the adventure. just as I'm leaving the village of Bubake here to hit the main road that cuts through the island, there's actually an airstrip that goes right through the main road here, so I gotta wait for these planes to take off. Alright guys, the planes have taken off. I've crossed the runway there, and as soon as you cross the runway, you've kind of exited the village of Bubak, and now I have a very long straight road that just goes right through the middle of this island. Very bumpy, so yeah, let's ride. It took about an hour to bike across the whole island of Bubak here, and we are on the far southern part of the island here, and we've made it to Bruce Beach, and this place is just completely unspoiled paradise. As far as you can see that way, the beach goes, and then as far as you can see this way, the beach just goes on, and you have just these endless waves that have created all of these ripples in the sand. There are a couple cabanas here. I think there's a little camping ground here where you can camp if you wanted to spend the night in just this complete beach paradise here. I think there's a little bar as well, or guest house, where you can get something to drink or maybe grab a lunch. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to just relax here. It's about 11 in the morning, so I have as much time as I want to just kind of hang out here, chill. I brought a book to read and journal, and yeah, just gonna enjoy this beautiful paradise of a beach here on Bubake. So yeah, and of course I'm gonna fly up the drone, show you guys some aerial perspectives of this beautiful blue water crashing into this white unspoiled sand. So yeah, let's chill here for a little bit.
Ngata sutukung molule salam alaikum ngata sutukung molule salam alaikum sutukung molule sutukung molule.
So right where the waves are hitting the sand is quite hard, so it's actually been fun. You're able to bike along the beach here, which just makes exploring it so much easier than walking, because it's a very long stretch, so it's pretty fun. And then I found these rocks that kind of jut out from the beach a little bit, so you can go out on these black rocks into the blue waters of the ocean a little bit and look back on the Bruce Beach. So yeah, just very fun exploring and biking around the beach here. I was just biking down the beach here, and I saw a couple more of these cabanas, and then there was this little restaurant lodge here called Wayo Lodge, and they have like a small food offering and just some drinks and just a little bit of shade because I'm burning out here. So nice little place, and you still have some nice views and the sound of the ocean along Bruce Beach here. But yeah, gonna chill here, enjoy a cold beer along the beach, and enjoy some of the views. But yeah, cute little lodge here.
Ngata sutukung molule salam alaikum
I've just spent about 3 or 4 hours just hanging out here at the Bruce Beach, and it's really hot here, but finding the Wayo Lodge and chilling there, just reading, journaling with just the sound of the crashing ocean here has been absolutely beautiful. And this beach is just so unspoiled as far as you can see both ways. The white sand just sprawls and you have the blue water crashing against it, and it's just been really beautiful. So, and anyways, I think this is about it for my video here on the Bijagos Islands. Eventually I'll head back to the Cajou Loj this afternoon and just enjoy some of the facilities there. But it's been such a nice treat staying at the Cajou Loj. Just beautiful interior, beautiful pool up on that cliff, just overlooking some of the islands of the archipelago here, and just incredible food and drinks. And it's just been such a treat and a really nice way to end my trip, working my way down the western coast of Africa here. And this is the last stop on my trip heading down south on the western coast, because from here I'm going to take the pirogue back to Bissau, and from Bissau I'm going to fly down to Cape Town, where I'm going to hang out for about a month and just regroup a little bit after 2.5 months of traveling Western Africa. And then in a month I'm going to be starting my big overland adventure, where I'm going to be going from Cape Town all the way up to Ghana and possibly a little bit further up to the other neighboring Guinea, hopefully finishing my whole map of Western Africa this year. So yeah, but really nice way to end it on the Bijagos Islands here. I really honestly did not even know this incredible paradise existed just a few weeks ago, but really glad I made it here and glad I had like a few days. Again, you're kind of limited by when the ferry and the pirogue is happening, but got to spend about 5 days here, and then treating myself to the Cajou Loj was just a very relaxing place to just hang out and reflect on my West Africa trip. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of some of the things you can see and do if you're going to be spending a couple days here on the Bijagos Islands in Bubak. And yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time when we're down in Cape Town in Southern Africa, and we'll be, again, eventually working our way back up the West Coast. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.
Mutanina